Well, good. What is today?
Tuesday.
Tuesday evening, everybody. Getting all messed up here, man. Back to back shows. Got to be loving it. Trying to get. See, the problem is this crap is organized in here. And I am not used to anything being organized or where it's supposed to be. And it's really screwing me up. I mean, there's not crap all over the place.
He works well in chaos.
And there he is.
Oh, baby, the boss.
We are 2 for 2 on shows, 2 for 2 on great shows and with amazing guests. And yesterday, I hope you guys saw we had the incredible Lori from Athens, Alabama on and talking about the addiction eviction rally that she had in June. And it was incredible. So we got to get the recap from Lori and upcoming events and things that are going on with her and all of the amazing people that we were part of. Just a great time with Lori and all of the amazing people that were there, some of which have come on the show. Thank you. Coming on, spreading the word, sharing your story is saving lives. So Lori and everyone else, thank you so much. And tonight, it's really looking forward to this, man. Let's pop OG on here so she can. There you go,
Hey.
Rockets in the house, along with Groot. But more than that, we got to get Rocket and who are you? OG. I told you, organization is screwing me up.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding, man. Shit is where it's supposed to be, and it's really bothering me. I need a mess. So here, let's get rid of you. Okay. Things are getting better. I've got Groot, and now it's going to get even better because I have the one and only Coach Tony Morrissey.
Yay!
It's you never know what you're going to get. You know that, man. And it's just been I just throw it up in the air, and where it lands, it lands. Look at that backyard.
Wait a minute, Tom. I mean, you can't do that to me. You can't put OG on the screen and then be like, oh wait, and then put me on the screen. Like that's way too much pressure for me. You know what I mean? Like
it's the OG show.
Those are big. Yeah, exactly. Those are big shoes to fill, man. You can't.
Actually, they're not, but that's okay.
Hey, Coach, I hear water.
Is it too loud?
No.
Because I was gonna say, if it is, I'm gonna hang this call up because that water.
No, but now I have to pee now though. Thank you. It's but well, I see.
So at your age, I understand.
Yeah, it's usually at 2 a.m, 3 a.m, 3:30 a.m, 4 a.m.
I'm not gonna lie. I can understand. I can relate.
So I'm trying to, what we got going on back there. I have heard about this for 5 months. Is that how long has this been in action?
It feels like 37.8 years worth of work. What started out as like a weekend little cute project is, morphed into this. And since Bo has done such a great job reporting this out on a pretty regular fashion, I figured I would share with you guys sort of the outcome of what a family can do when they work together. And it's especially meaningful because it shows that we can do hard things. There's pictures, Manny, you've seen them, OG, you've seen them on our social media, where the grand pals are chipping in, right? Like they're literally lugging rocks, one by one, hand by hand. It was a great summer worth of work, but it was just that. It was a lot of work. But we're pretty proud of the way it came out,
You know what? This was started. Wasn't this when you actually were a guest on the show that first time? It was in the works. And I remember you said the weekend. And then you said a couple weeks. But you know what though? The pictures say it all. And and you nailed it with the family and the grandpals. And it's just seeing the smiles. It's not even work, it's smiles.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are a couple of days that they weren't all in. Let's just say that. But and there's a
Well,
couple of days where even Bo was like, "Oh, sorry, gotta go to work today, Unc." I'm like, "All right, yeah, I get it." But
Coach, he did. We were at the studio after his show. We were talking, and because he was telling me about what he was doing with you, and so we're chatting. I go, "Oh shit!" I go, "I'm sorry." I go, "I know that you're got the project." I go, "I know you got to get going." He goes, "No, we could try it for a while. I don't have to leave right now." I'm like, "You
yeah,
just don't want to go."
I tell you one thing, everybody's right. The kid is smart. He's a
Oh,
pretty savvy kid. But honestly, no, I mean, Bo was a huge part of this, as always. I mean,
oh
he's such a great kid. I mean,
man,
literally him and my best friend Mike. We're out here some days like when we didn't want to be, but yeah, I mean, it's thankfully kind of done. I'm ready to hibernate for the winter now.
yeah, now
Um,
enjoy it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
this kind of is a perfect segue though when you were talking about the grandpals and family and Bo and friends coming together. Because that's pretty much what we're going to be chatting about, and
Mhm.
it's all of the above, but it's family. And you
Yeah.
don't have to be blood to be family. We all know that. And I tell you what, I've said it many times, Coach, but I'm never going to stop saying it. What an honor and privilege it is for me to be able to say that I'm part of this family. I shout it from the mountaintops all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always talking about you and Mimi and Bo and the grandpals and Brian Cody's Brothers and Sisters
All
Foundation
the time.
every chance I get. And it's just because I'm so damn proud to be part of this. And what I saw on August the 30th is something that I wish that none of us ever had to see, but you are absolutely incredible with Mimi and the family. Why don't we just jump right in, man? And what do your feelings about everything that how it went, what just like we were talking about, what's your overview on everything?
Well, let me start by kind of back at you, Manny and OG, really both of you guys. I mean, the love that you gave us from the moment you heard about this, and the way that you amplified the message, and I mean, heck, you guys, you brought people from out of state here. Like I seen uh, the session the other night with Donald. What a pleasure it was meeting him, man. I mean, that just that started my day. I mean, meeting Donald was one of the first things that happened that day,
Yeah.
and just it was just miraculous. I mean, and here's the thing: the beautiful part is that we've done this now for 5 years, and it's powerful every single year. So what I like to do. At work, in my real job, we have this thing called a retrospective where we basically, we kind of break this thing down, right? We kind of go to the, as you said the other day, we go to the videotape, right, and we check out what happened play by play, right? What really went well for us, who should get shout outs, right? So I got a list of
Mm-hmm.
people I want to give some shout outs to if I can.
Hmm.
um,
Sure.
and then sort of saying, hey, listen, nothing's perfect, right? How could we make it better? Are there other
Mm-hmm.
things we can, think of or do, either in place of or in supplement to this, right? So this is what we call a retrospective, right? And I thought it would be fun, maybe to kind of do that here, with you guys,
Hmm.
because this
Mm-hmm.
was your first year, your fresh eyes on this, right?
Hmm.
Year 5, we've obviously got a template. Maybe some insights you guys could bring,
Hmm.
would help, freshen that template up, or sustain the fact that it's great, because
Hmm.
I think overall it is, but
Mm-hmm.
let me, if I can, just again start with thanking you guys for supporting it, giving so much love, amplifying our message, inviting other folks from your connections, and then being part of the day. I mean, there's I don't know if you've seen it, but the recap that Dave Stevens did, there's
Oh
little
yeah.
segments of you guys, and
Yeah.
I mean, what you did there was powerful, man. You came to a spot that you don't know anybody. You told your truth, and and you helped us like sort of raise the bar. So we appreciate you. So you guys are like one of the first ones I want to give a shout out to.
Oh,
I'm damn
thank
proud to have you guys as part of the Hope Dealer Alliance, really,
Thank
and you
you.
Mm-hmm.
guys
Thank
are.
you so much.
Well, you guys are, really important members. You're like our PR and marketing department now, so,
Yes.
but, other shout outs, I really do want to start with Bo. I mean, the kid, every year he's been doing this. He's one of our
He's
first
on,
heroes. Oh, is he? Oh, I say, don't let
Yep.
him hear this part. Don't let him hear this part. You know. But no, Bo and little Case and Jordan, these guys do a lot of work going into this that no one sees. They hear me barking, and sometimes I don't know if they told you, but sometimes I could be a little drill sergeant with these guys, and they put up with me. They do nothing but give me love. They understand the importance of this event. It means a lot to them because it's not about Coach Tony; it's about their beloved Brian Cody, and
Mhm.
I want to start with shout outs to those boys, and my kids, the siblings, my wife, for having the power and the energy to do this. It takes incredible strength, and this is trying, so shout outs to those guys. Shout out to my brother uh, from another mother, Michael Richard Groovy, best friend forever, 30 some years. He's there every year with me. He's the one who opens it up. He's the one who shuts it down. He's got my back. He has for 35 years. He's my best friend. So, without him, there's no way I could make this thing execute the way it does. Billy Gilbert's another one on the ops team. I don't know. I think you met Billy when you guys were here, but Billy's, the quintessential, man behind the magic, the guy in backstage that's pulling it together. Billy's our carpenter. He's our operational genius. He's our ninja. He gets stuff done. You don't even know he's getting it done. So Billy Gilbert, huge shout out to Billy. Without these guys operationally, I would never be able to do it. I just don't have enough, hands and feet to do what these guys bring, and then we got the 5K. We got Miss Donna, who's our 5K captain. This lady is incredible. She is a ball of energy. She goes across the country running in these races of all sorts. She takes time out of that to do the 5K for the 5th year now. We had probably the most runners we've ever had, 300 runners. I mean, that's all I missed on.
That was great.
Yep. And then down there at the 5K, you've got Elvis and Zoraida, our friends helping us
Oh,
down. The registration's done. You've got some, shout outs into the Milford Police Department. They're shutting the roads down, dealing with that chaos, redirecting traffic, making sure everybody's safe. So shout out to the New Milford Police Department. That 5K piece is so incredibly important. To get the participation that we do. Thank you, Miss Donna.
oh,
Who I know I know that she deals with a lot for me too. So Miss Donna is an absolute hope dealer. All these people are hope dealers. And then of course you get into the festival up on the green where you guys were. You got the family. I mean, even my Aunt Cook was up there, right? Coming up from Michigan.
oh,
Hey,
Aunt
yes,
Cookie.
she was.
Shout out to Aunt Cook. That was so great. It was actually her first time being able to come,
Oh, it was so nice meeting her.
Yeah, but then you've got other members, right? Okay, so set the Morrissey bunch aside, right? And I don't want to minimize, all that they put into this, but they got Miss Joy and Henry, who are parents. They're basically Mimi and Tony all over again. They're Elvis and Zoraida, right? They're parents who have lost their child, that are there. They've been there since day one, helping run the purple tent and all the activities that are going on in there, the merch and the tickets and the pointers and the go see him and go over there kind of stuff. You got Ray in there. We have various other people jumping in there. Miss Colleen every year is in there. This year she wasn't, but every year she's in there. Miss Colleen helps us with all of the marketing materials, all the signage. So shout out to all these folks that it's not just Coach Tony. I guess that's what I want to just make sure that I'm on the record for. I could never ever do this by myself. And I'm so grateful and thankful that we've built this alliance. You got Miss Monica out there, another mother who lost two children, and she's out there with her grandson Jackson, enjoying the day, having a moment of joy and tranquility, right? Where her grandson is running around with my granddaughters, enjoying, a moment in the sun, in spite of the fact that like they're growing up without a parent,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that's powerful, right? So the fact that these other parents are standing up, coming out of the shadows, and kind of, joining forces, it's just so commendable. And I just want to make sure that I'm on record, we got the kids zone where all the kids are bouncy jumpies and the magic show and all that, where Miss Laura and her niece and nephew Josh and Joyce, those guys were great. Just so many hope dealers and youth heroes that came together on August 30th, for the 5th year in a row. And I really just wanted to kind of start with that.
Yeah.
And then we've got the list of hope dealers, right? We anointed, right? We had a bunch of returning hope dealers, right? Like Ethan Carey, Skylar, and Kayla, and well, those are all hope dealers from years came back, right?
Yes.
But this year, we had, Steve Fusco. You guys heard him speaking.
Yeah, he was great,
right?
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Steve, you see, Steve, you're glad Steve's on your side.
Yes,
right? I mean, Steve,
definitely.
I'm glad he's on my side. You know
He's
what I mean?
intense.
And,
he is intense.
But really, yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, you got, listen, if I'm building a football team, you guys are my offensive line. I got Manny on the right, and I got Steve on the left side of my line, and you guys are, but Steve is great because Steve is the exact example of this, right? Steve is a man in long-term recovery that not just is in recovery and going to meetings, but this guy is like, he's on another level. I mean, this guy, he's got himself healthy again, number one, and most importantly, right? Secondly, he's built a business. He's employing other, people in recovery. I mean, you want to talk, that's the definition of a hope dealer, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, you got Steve, you got, Mark Minnock, who is the guy behind all the, the audio video stuff there. You've got, all the talent in terms of the singers and the entertainment. You guys, I don't think you were there, but we did present a Youth Hero Award to Antoine Johnson from New Haven. He was just an outstanding young man that we've known for a while. One year he actually came as a youth hero / vendor. So the kid was there selling shirts and merch for his nonprofit. And I think he was like in 8th or 9th grade, and now he's graduated high school and he's on his way to Morehouse College. So we give him a scholarship to help him with that.
Man.
You've got the recovery coaching scholarship winners, who are Dana Knowlton and Officer Jake Schneider, who you guys met. These guys receive scholarships that on during the festival to advance their aspirations to be recovery coaches, and and literally like licensed in this area. So the day was powerful. I mean, like, I just been rambling for like 20 minutes about all the great stuff and all the great people. Yeah. So, I guess I'll give you the floor, but I just want to make sure that I'm clear that, the day is just so powerful because it's such a a patchwork, of people and journeys and experiences and deepest depths and highest highs and comeback stories and things like that. So
sounds like a loving community.
It does.
Uh-huh.
Oh, without a doubt. And the thing is, and pretty much everyone knows when it comes to you and your family that this has never been ever about you or Mimi. I mean, it's never been just a focal point. It's about the community and reaching out to everyone else. But I purposely always bring it out because of that. Because just like Lori, you guys are as humble as can be. And I always group like Connecticut. That's just like all one big family. We are all just extension. And that day was the way it's set up. Is it's a very, when you're dealing with this, it's such a terrible situation that we are encountering. But like you said, you're having fun at this event. The kids are there. Usually when you think of something like that, kids, it's fear, it's evil, it's addiction, it's scary as hell. But these kids are running around. Your the grandpals with the other ones who are enjoying life, seeing that there is life after addiction and recovery and hope dealers. They bring us all together. That yes, is a I always say addiction is only a word. It's not a death sentence. It will never get the best of us. As long as there's you and Mimi and all of us and, coming together, as long as addiction's around, we're going to be around. And, it's just the way that it was put together was
the amount of resources that you put together, just the places for people to go and contact other folks. What great.
Well, I mean, I actually wanted to hit, they were next on my list. So let me, great segue, OG. That's why it's the OG show, isn't it? I mean, she just knows how to do it. Can you get off the screen? Let me talk to her for it. We got to work this out.
You know what?
Bring her up. There you are. How are you? It's good to see you, girl. Oh, I think, did I lose you? Did I lose you? I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Uh-oh.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Did you cut her mic off? Manny, did you cut her mic? You sabotaging son of a gun.
I did. You know what? I'm going to hold on.
I'm just messing with you. No, I can't hear you. God damn you, Manny.
Okay, now try it.
All right, now can you hear me?
Oh, now I can hear you.
Oh, must be some magic that Manny's got to be on
the screen.
I
think, if you circle what's the common denominator, I got Manny all over this.
I'm going to try
sabotage. I agree with Casey. No.
Just get back on the screen, Manny.
Very strange.
It's okay.
Anyway, hi, OG. It's good to see you.
Wait, but I can't hear you.
Always a pleasure to see you. You can't. Oh, stop. Just stop. But no, I was amazed at the amount of resources that were available for people to go to. And especially considering there was one person who was an active addiction there that people were talking to. And then the other gentleman who was 4 days clean.
Oh, yeah.
4 days sober. How fabulous that somebody had told him about it and he came. And I thought it was very brave of him to come. And then everybody kind of, you went to him, Rick went to him, Diane went to him, just all that nice support, Oh, Anne Marie Borges is on here.
It's her birthday. Happy birthday, Miss Anna.
Birthday, Anne.
Yes, Miss Anna.
Happy birthday to
you.
Okay,
happy birthday.
So that's okay.
You don't want to hear that.
We're gonna stop. We're gonna stop while we're behind.
Okay.
Anyway, so let me actually just kind of tease on that a little bit more than if I can, OG. To your point, like we had, I think there were 12 or 13 recovery advisors, right? Which is, really where Miss Anna kind of comes in. She helps to organize this. Her Peaceful Minds was there, even though Miss Anna was getting her licensing and stuff done that particular weekend. She brought her team down. And they were just fantastic. They helped us not only set up their own spot, but also help organize the entire area. In fact, you could tell Miss Anna was behind it because her little lieutenant came to me and was like, "You're going to do this and you're going to do that. And you're going to stand here and take a picture so I can prove it was done." I'm like, I could tell Miss Anna was behind this. But, you had Rick Del Valle and New Beginnings down there. You had Apex, who's a great, community resource. You had Greenwood's Referral. You had C-Car. Who helped, us recognize the, the Recovery Coaching Academy. You had, New Milford Police there with their community navigator, and their compassion dog was there. The chief was down there. You had Lantana, who's a local, sober home and recovery provider. You had, Melinda's Law, basically our little sister up the road in New York. They're there, Christina and Destiny and Charlie and those guys. And, and they've been there since day one. You had, and you just, you had, you had so many providers, and I'm bumming myself out because I don't have them all here listed. But I mean, there was a number of great resources. And the truth is, to your point, OG, I guess the power in the day is not the number of people that attended, but rather the number of connections that were made. And
Oh,
it's
good
very
Lord.
clear. It's very clear not only that day, but the very next day. And Elvis's similar, kind of event down in Danbury, there was another connection made that started at the festival the day before when she connected with Elvis up at our place. So, it's just, that's the power of the day. So what went right, all of that, everything that we just talked about for the last 30 minutes. I mean, really, there's really nothing bad about the day, um, it's just so, it's so powerful. It's so compelling. It's so needed.
Oh,
And
it was so intense. I mean, I'd so it was just you could feel um the energy, like you say, you could feel it was just intense, it was upbeat, it was
Compassionate.
support, motivation, all rolled up in one,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just like a celebration.
Yep.
And it really was. And I know, before I forget, you say some things seeing through our eyes a little bit different. Is the one thing, and it's I remember because of Donald Blow watching his video of me speaking. Where the gazebo was, there was that sidewalk. The only thing that we would, like a suggestion would be like to throw a barricade on the left and right,
Couple wooden
because
horses.
people were just walking. Wouldn't that play? Those amazing 4 actors that did that
Woo,
play,
they were great.
where they, because right there were people like just walking, right by, cutting through, because it was a sidewalk. So it was like, well, so that was the only thing we saw at all that was, could have been different, just to block it off, because it was a walkway, so people were using it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Are you allowed to block it?
I don't.
that's a really good. I mean, this is why we do retrospectives, right? For feedback like this, and like, you don't have to have the answer right now, right? Right
Yeah.
now, the goal is raise the idea, or have the conversation, or shut down something, or that's the goal, and then and then kind of process that, right, and then incorporate that in the plan for next year. I got to tell you guys, you know, there, as I sort of look to the other side of this, is like, okay, you know areas for improvement. The sidewalk thing is a really good example of ideas. But I think I'm kind of struggling. I'm kind of like,
Oh,
is this really where the energy is best, right? Am I better off, are we better off taking this funding and basically writing a check to people like Rick, right? Instead of putting on this festival, which is a very expensive thing, right? Where is, and what if you could only do so many things, right?
Yep.
And you only have so many resources. Like, the truth is, our volunteer staff was slight, right? And I get it. People are busy, and things happen, and things like that. But like, I was sweating a little bit, right? I'm like, oh my god, do we have enough to cover, right? At one point, I was worried we weren't going to be able to do the kids zone thing because we didn't have anybody to put over there, like, and when given the choice between recovery advisory, the purple tent, and the kids zone, I mean, really, the goal of the thing is to get people connected to services, right? So if I don't have enough volunteers, so the point is, like, is it better to, are there sort of more efficient ways to target the energy and the, and this is the time, right? This is, we're back in the lab right now, and we're and we're doing discovery, and we're learning from our experiences, right? And now we've got 5 years worth of data, right? Now we've got 5 years worth of retrospective notes like this, right? And so this is all part of the season, right? Just like sports, right, Manny? Like, you got your NFL season, but then what's happening on the off season? That's what the different, that's where the differences are made.
See, the one thing, Coach, is I mean, if I'm hearing you right, you're thinking about not doing, possibly not doing the event. Is that what you're, or just cutting back? Because
I
that
don't know.
event is, because it's our first year. People get to see and feel, what you guys do. When it comes to writing a check, it's going to be great for Rick and whoever the funds go to. But for that one day in Connecticut, and not only Connecticut, but all over, the people that see the pictures and the videos, they, and it's just my opinion, man, is, you feel that love, and you feel that addiction's not going to win, that we're going to win, that recovery is going to win, that family and support and motivation is going to win. And how do you know that? Because you see these little kids that are laughing and playing who lost their parent, and they see Dave Stevens, they see these actors, they see these entertainers coming together, but not only that, but they see all these resources from you and Rick and Elvis and all these other amazing people that we got to meet. It's like those ones who were there for the first time as in recovery or may have lost someone. They see other people and they could touch them and feel them and hug them and hold them, and you could just see the difference in their faces and their eyes. So that's just one thing that.
Do you have a list of like how many volunteers you need and where you need them?
We do. Again, the good news is 5 years. We've got kind of a template for this thing.
I'm sorry, Coach. Sorry to interrupt you, but I just have something you got to see.
Oh.
And it's from Anna. Anna said,
it's from Anna.
Not doing the event isn't an option, Tony.
She's like the angry big sister you never wanted. You know what I mean? She bullies me all the time. Her and Miss Donna are always bullying me.
Man, I tell you what,
I'm about to call the cyber police.
I mean, I had the hair, my arm stood up, and it was like, what's wrong? Oh, Anna. Okay, sorry, I'll get this on. And there it was. Not doing the event isn't an option, Tony. And that's from Miss Anna.
Yeah. But I mean, like for next year,
and she said, "Yep, we are bullies."
I would imagine, like for next year, and I can't speak for Donald Blow, but I would bet that he wants to be there and he would be helpful. I've seen it now. I don't need to look at Manny doing his thing anymore because I've seen it. And if you're going to have him speak again, fine, whatever. But I mean, like if you need a volunteer, I'll be, because where he goes, I'll be following behind.
We'll be there too. We'll bring people. I mean,
right, we'll try.
We want to be part of this.
Talk it up because there's people who may want to come. I don't know, with us, but I mean, we've got Manny talks a lot, okay, to a lot of different people all around the country. A lot of them in your area.
And another one from Anna. We have to just just get people. We will. That's Anna.
Well, no, I mean, listen,
that's the kind of good energy you need, though.
No, it is. I think again, first of all, it's not just, a dozen volunteers for the day of, right? There's so much going into this, right? Right. I mean, let's be honest, guys. I mean, it's an upside down event every year. We had, I want to take a minute just to stand back and just tell you how God works, or whoever your higher power is, whatever your higher power is. We were on August 9th of this past August, which is a dark day for our family. That's the eve of Brian's the eve of Brian Cody's passing, and really a day that we kind of mourn every year, because really that's a day that our beacons went dark, right? On August 9th of 2025, I found that we were looking to be about $3,000 to $4,000 short in terms of finances for the budget, for the event. On the same day, Mimi went out to the mailbox, and she brought in with her a $10,000 check from a family that has been impacted as well, and basically gifted us, really the ability to finish out the event funding, and even bolster. We were able, that actually not only helped us finish the funding for the event, but it also helped us give AJ his Youth Hero Scholarship, and it basically gave us the seed money for a holiday party. So, again, listen, have the event next year, not have the event next year. I mean, there's no, what we're not saying in any way is that, activities and efforts and love and compassion ends. It's just, what can we do? I mean, the truth is it's there's only so many resources, and and sometimes you do have to kind of be strategic about the way that you go about this stuff, so that because honestly, Manny, like, I'm so grateful. I mean, what happens next year if you guys can't come out, right? You guys hit some kind of thing, right? And you can't be here, right? Like, it's just, there's so many unknowns from year to year. There
That
are so
is
many things that just and look, man, the other thing is, it's like there's just a lot to it, and it's like, again, right now we're back in the lab, right? We're
mhm.
looking at game footage, right? We're diagnosing, triaging, discovering, and learning and adapting. And, I think, we're definitely not saying it's, not happening, but we're just kind of looking at like, where can we go? What can we do differently, right?
Mhm.
If we do the event, shutting down the sidewalk, that's an idea, perhaps,
Just a
trying
small.
to do,
Yeah, and the thing is, Coach, it's easy for me to get all hyped up and see stuff, but you see behind the scenes, you see everything that we don't. So you know better than anyone. So, um, I mean, you know better than anyone, and any judgment and any decision that you make will be the right one. I know that. I know that in my heart. No matter what it is, I know it'll be the right one.
yeah.
It will be.
And I would
And
hope
we
that
support
all the
you.
people that speak and all the people that sing and all the people that maybe do magic, that they should be, from
That's
should be volunteering their services.
you know,
Okay. I I can't even I don't know where the money goes. I mean, I used to be a manager or director actually of surgical services. I had $1 million budget a month. So I like playing with money and figuring out where it goes and where you can use it. And sometimes you got to cut or you have to have people step up. And I don't know where your budget is right now. It's none of my business, but
Well, the,
people,
the truth is, the worst part is that there's about, it's less than it had been in the past, but there's a very big part of that goes straight to the city. They charge me to put this event on. Big money,
oh,
big
okay.
money. There's permit fees, there's insurance costs, there's mandatory latrines,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
mandatory receptacles. Oh, and by the
Yeah.
way, there's like a $6,000 police bill.
see, and those are the things that's
It's
what I
behind
meant.
the
That's what
scenes,
I
the
meant
behind
that
the scenes kind
you
of
know
things.
about that we don't
Yeah,
see.
Uh-huh.
So
yeah.
that's why I'm saying that we back you 100%, no matter what it is. But I tell you what, I will go down swinging with you, no matter
Well, I know
what.
you will. I know you
Uh,
will. And the truth is, the truth is that this really isn't about financial aspects. It
oh
really,
no,
because
Mhm.
like I
Mhm.
said, I mean, God works in mysterious ways, and God provides, and or
Mhm.
whoever your higher power is.
Mhm.
He did this year. He did last year, and you know what? He did for the last 5 years, right?
mhm.
Wow.
And we believe, like, especially year one, I have no idea how we put year one together.
Scrambling
No
probably.
idea how we did it,
Woo!
but we do, I mean, Miss Amy, there's so many people that kind of, that come together to make it happen. Obviously we're gonna chat with the team and everything like that. But I'm just kind of, again, the in the spirit of what we call a retrospective, which is where
Mhm,
you're having, a real talk
mhm.
about,
Mhm.
this, right? Like, you know, um, you know, in the spirit of that, this is kind of the, what you do, right? This
Yeah.
is this is how you make sure that you're being strategic, and you're really being measured and things like that.
Mhm.
So, but all of that said, I think really, if I start really going into the root cause thing, right? I think we're wrestling with, what is the goal? Is the goal awareness, which the festival hits that. I mean, that's a
Mhm.
Mhm.
home run, right? That's an absolute
Mhm.
home run. Or is it making connections, right? The festival kind of hits that because we do make
Mhm.
connections, but not like direct connections where I'm going, picking somebody up and bringing them down
Like
to
you
Rick,
did.
or
Yep.
bringing them
Mhm.
up to Anna, or right. And like, there's a cost to that, right? Because this person's got to eat. This person probably needs some clothes. This person needs to get from point A to point B. This person needs a sober housing voucher, right? And you know, like, and even though we figure out, you know, maybe 30, 60, 90 days, like, you know, ongoing, there are costs to that, right? So if
Mhm.
my goal is awareness, then maybe the festival is the home run, and we just wash, rinse, and repeat, right? Boom, 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 right? But if our goal is to really have a direct impact on recovery for individual people to the best extent we can, I don't know. I don't know if the festival is the right way. You know, I
Is
mean,
it,
this is kind of,
did you have didn't you have a city council person there? You
yes,
had
we had the
some kind
mayor
of
there.
the mayor, and the mayor doesn't see the value of this. I
Well,
mean, we have
No, I mean, you know, I mean, as you guys may or may not know, I'm on, you know, the mayor is, you know, I will say that New Milford, you know, has come a long way in the last 6 years, a long,
Mhm.
long way. And, you know, they actually have, they have elected me to be the chairperson of a very important committee here that does a lot of influencing and decision making,
Mhm.
recommendations for this area. You know, the mayor kind of appointed me, so they are recovery friendly, right?
Mhm.
You know, much more than, you know, many other towns, and certainly much more than they were 6 years ago.
Yeah.
However, you know, you know, there's still the business side of everything, right?
Mhm.
There's
Mhm.
still limitations, and there's still, you know, these things. So you know, like, for example, you know, as good as the city is, they do not have you know, a line item in the budget for sober housing,
Mhm.
right? They don't have that here, which is something I'm working on, right, through the opioid settlement committee. You know, so, you know, again, you know, and that's just another example of, like, is the energy best spent there, where you're doing legislation, which is the big, you know,
it's huge.
expansive, right? Like, if you can get laws changed, that's probably the most expansive way to make an impact, right?
Mhm.
Because you can turn on spigots of tens of hundreds
Well,
of thousands of dollars, right? And, you know, the truth is, the money changes the game, right? So, you know, again, you know, is the time better spent in those sorts of committees,
yeah.
or is it better spent in planning sessions with the event? You know, it depends on what our targets are, and you know, but at the end of the day, there will be targets, right?
Oh, without a doubt. And you know, just like with these, you everything, and again, it goes back to you seeing numbers, you seeing what laws and permits and all these things that none of us see, and I didn't even think of any of those. But just like the little things that add up. Because I know that we've been invited, different places like to go speak and out of town where they've offered to pay, man, if you come here, we'll pay your airfare, we'll pay for wait a minute, this is for your event. It's an event to raise money for all this. No, put that towards your event.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna pay me to fucking talk. This is my
He loves to talk
story.
for free.
No, I mean, there may be at some time in my life down the road where it could get to that, but right now, these are just my opinion, man.
Manny, listen. I would pay to hear you talk as long as you weren't wearing that hat. Oh, by the way, guess who's playing tonight, Manny?
Oh yeah, we
The
Guess who's playing,
Yankees
yeah.
baby?
are playing the
Uh-huh.
Tigers,
Tigers and Yankees.
it says here we're up 8-0.
That is incorrect. That's totally false, my friend. Because just so happens your home base of operations, ESPN, okay,
Yeah. Oh, I
is
love
reporting that the Yankees are up 2-0.
it.
Oh, wait a minute, there's an update here.
I will say you look good on that. I will say you did look good on that Sports Center desk. I tell you
Oh
what,
my
man,
God,
Oh, you
you
really.
came out pretty clean looking there.
that I could that for maybe people are like, what are you talking about,
That would be a
coach?
dream
To
job for him.
to ESPN.
It's a dream
And
job for a lot of
I
us.
my
Yeah,
cheeks still hurt.
I'm smiling.
I've never experienced anything like that. I sat at Sports Center. I sat at that desk,
The real
and
deal.
there's pictures to prove it.
Lit
And
up
oh,
like a kid in third grade. I tell you, it was
I
great.
swear to
Absolutely.
God, my
Yeah.
back hurt so bad because I didn't realize we were hitting stairs. I didn't care. I mean, so for that, thank you for whoever. I can't remember the guy's name that we went into the
Did he
studio.
give his business card
Oh
to?
yeah, I give him my business card. Here, you call me.
Did he call
But
you?
yeah,
No.
no.
Jerk.
I know.
The heck with him, man.
Yes,
Who does he
yeah,
think?
guy.
Just because he
Yeah.
runs Sports Center doesn't mean nothing.
I know. I swear to God, here I am.
It literally is the guy who runs Sports Center. You know?
And here I am handing him my card, and as I'm handing it to him, I'm laughing, and he's like, "Oh, thank you."
Yeah.
Who the hell are you again? Get out of here! But that was amazing. But
He was very
yeah,
kind.
Coach. No matter what, the right thing will happen. I truly believe that. I had to give up a lot of, my faith. I've always, I was born and raised Catholic, and like you said, whatever your faith is or what everyone else's faith is, if you don't have faith in something, man, you're in for a rough road. And I know that I'm going to make it because of where I've been, where I am, and where I'm going to go. And I know it. And I know that you are. And I know we're going to be in this as a team, as a family.
Mhm.
And like I said, you're stuck with us.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I kind of
Yes,
figured
you
that
are.
by now. I mean,
Yeah,
Jesus, I mean,
shit.
I tell you, we've been friends. It hasn't been that long, but I feel like it's been about 37 years now, which is half the time I've been married. So, I mean, that's a long time.
I was thinking of-
Speaking of marriage, I do want to just give a shout out to Mimi for
She's the best.
dealing with me. Actually,
Oh,
the 30th was our official anniversary, so it was.
Was it really?
How many
Yeah.
years, guy? How many years?
73, 74, 76. I can't. Something. It's
You
a
know
lot.
what, you
It's a
stinker.
whole lot. It's a lot.
Uh,
It's a lot.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and honestly, guys, I mean, that's another factor. I mean, it is, on our anniversary, August is a tough month for a lot of people, right? It's
Mhm.
overdose awareness month, right? And it culminates basically the day, so there's a lot of factors, um, but there's no doubt that it's a powerful event, and really more than anything, not to end in that with that, right? I want to kind of like end where we started, which is like just an amazing shout out to all the people, right? To the volunteers, to the families who've been impacted that come year over year, to the people who have donated, to our sponsors, right? There's not a lot of them, but the few that there are, they're mighty, because without them, we could never do it, right? To the Billy Gilberts, to the Miss Monica's, to the Miss Anna's, the Ricks, right? The Manny's and OGs, the Skylers and Woes and Kayla's, and and the newcomers, right? To the Ethan James people, to the Steve Fuscos, the Hope Dealers, the Youth Heroes, it's just like it, I just can't say enough. I mean, we're just so grateful that we are able to be amongst that alliance, and more importantly, to show the example that like you have an alliance like this too, no matter where you live. If you live in Detroit, I'm guaranteeing you got an alliance like this. You just haven't tapped it yet. If you come out of the shadows, if you stand up and you stand tall and you stand strong, and tell your story, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised about the alliance, right? And like you don't even have to go asking for it; they just come to you. I still don't know how me and Anna really met. Like all of a sudden one day, I'm like, wow, we've been hanging out with this lady. She's crazy, and we're loving this, right? We're out here on the in front of town halls across the state. And sometimes it was just literally just us with a little candle in our hand and freezing cold temperatures with like memorial signs, literally just us. And then there's times where we had like 100 people, it was just like, I don't even know how we got, I have no idea, So, but it's amazing. And really, I want to just kind of end with that, right? I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful, to all those people. I do want to give, another special shout out to the family, because I'm really proud of them. Like, the night that we, found out about Brian,
Yeah.
To see what they've done, right? We literally painted the town with our son's name.
Mhm. Mhm. Yep.
How many times does somebody say Brian Cody over the last 5 years,
Uh-huh.
right? So, and my family, made that happen out of the ashes,
Yes.
out of the shame and stigma, out of the, oh my God, did you hear that her brother? Did you hear? Oh, it's the mom, oh, it's the, it's this, it's that, right? Blaming the family, right? We just stood up, we rose, and look what happened on August 30th. We're so
Mhm.
grateful. So
Oh,
grateful.
was, and and that's just it. And Hope Dealers is what you and Mimi and the whole Morrissey family and all of Connecticut showed that day. You showed up, and it's contagious, and like it was such an honor to be there and to be part of it, and just to feel the love and just the support. It was truly an honor, and
Well, listen. First of all, you know, listen, I'm afraid that like what we got into there at the tail end, is kind of a misnomer because our friendversary is coming up, which is the holiday children's holiday party, and that's on the agenda. So let's
yeah,
start prepping and talking about that, right?
we will be
Um,
there.
Yep. If I remember right, we were going to put you in like a little elf costume or something. I
That was
remember talking
Skylar.
about. Oh, that was Skylar. Okay, yeah,
That
we
was
got to go back.
Skylar. I was going to be
That's right.
Santa. I got the belly.
Yeah, that was what, December 14th or 15th, whatever day that was. I remember it was
Yeah, yeah.
mid-December.
Yeah. So that is next on the calendar. So more to
That
come on
sounds
that,
great.
and we'll keep you guys
Yes.
posted.
And when is it? December what?
Well, I mean,
Hey, we're
taking
going to
it-
keep posting. We're going to have to just keep having Coach on. We're going to have to keep having Bo on and everyone else. So we're just going to have to keep promoting it. That's all.
Because
Yeah,
it looks like the Saturday would be December 13th.
Yeah, it's usually like the second or
around-
third third Saturday in December, but it really depends on availability. We'll know more in the next week or two. So we'll definitely keep you guys posted.
Oh, yeah.
But that's next up. So
Well,
let's keep
And
going.
that was very well attended.
definitely looking forward to that. And I tell you what, now, because I know last time we had people at the studio that I couldn't make it, but I will for sure be there this time. And like I said, once you get everything as far as a for sure date, it'll be on this freaking organized desk that I hate. And then we'll be running it the whole time, man. We'll be running it just like we did with the foundation on the 30th.
I have a question for you, Coach. I remember when we were talking, actually, when you were doing your talk at the La Quinta in the room, when you were first talking to Manny, that there was like 12 other friends of Brian's who overdosed. Are those families? Do you know if they're coming and attending to the New Milford event on the 30th? I mean, were they there, or do you even know what's going on with them?
We are in contact with not all, but several.
Okay.
I mean, some of those relationships
Yeah.
are sort of second like they're Brian Cody's friends in
Yeah.
peer group, right? So they're not
Yes.
but and also understand that was his peer group, so not necessarily his particular grade level, right? Like not class
Okay.
of 27,
Okay.
but
Sure.
like a couple kids older, his peer group, couple kids younger.
Okay.
But and some of the families lost multiple kids.
Oof.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just it's there's two brothers. There were the few that went before Brian that I didn't really know about. Then there were the several that we lost after Brian. Ones that came to Brian's funeral that we lost after Brian's funeral.
Mm-hmm.
that's the and it's just that like with just
so many.
I mean,
so many.
yeah, there was 12 of them, but it's such a small community. Someone's
It's a
going to know
small
someone. So of course, but
I forget the population, but like if Connecticut has 100 towns, right, and they rank them by population, New Milford would be in the bottom 25%, right? Like we would be 75 to 100 in terms of population, right? And so, and again, that's just Brian Cody's sort of peer group.
Yeah.
There are kids that were connected to Sergeant Schooler, who you guys did not meet. He's actually, really one of the founding members of the event, right? The event, in its origin really was Sergeant Schooler's 5K and Brian Cody's festival. And we merged those two things together. And then, of course, Sergeant Schooler's a Marine. He was in, active duty. So, and now he's moved down to South Carolina, but he's still connected and very much part of the movement. But anyway, he was engaged in this. He wanted to do this because he lost people in his age group, and he's, a generation ahead of, or several classes ahead of Brian Cody, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, again, because I know the numbers, I can tell you that New Milford at one point we were losing 6 residents a year. For a 10 years period, that was the average number. And 1 year in particular, the worst number I think was 13 or 14 people in 1 year in New Milford, right? Again, one of the lowest population
Well, yeah.
centers, and but to answer your question, OG, some of the families we are in contact with, some we are, not, for various, reasons. They're out of state now, or what have you.
Yeah, and some of it too is just because it's a recovery, and there's 12 of them. The others' mindset may not be the same as yours, mine, and the other people's
Well, yeah.
mindset. And hey, you know what? Teach their own. The
You
best
meet
of all.
people where they're at.
So
Yeah.
we are here to fight our fight, and Brian Cody's and yours and ours. It's our
Yeah.
fight.
It
And
just seems like
is.
they might want to be
So-
part of something positive, but
Well, let me just maybe present it in another way.
okay.
Many of the memorial signs that you've seen
Yeah.
were, we don't just publish those pictures. They're sent to
Mhm.
us by the families.
Okay.
They give us the picture, they give us the name, there's never a charge for any of those memorial lawn signs or anything, but they are indeed sent to us. They're requested by the family. So that shows you that they're silently behind us, if not,
Okay.
totally behind us. And in fact, the memorial walk, in years past, you see a good representation of those folks. They kind of, so, but
Yeah.
to your point, Manny, some of them, there's a couple families that have
There's
not really
resentment,
come to
man.
grips.
No,
What's
and,
that?
and there's denial, and there's resentment,
Yes.
and there's blaming, pointing fingers at everyone else. So there's animosity. So some of them, and I get it. I know. I've seen it. I've
Some
been
may
part
not
of
recover.
it. So, but anyway, Donald blows on here as we're getting ready
So
to
is
close
Bill
off.
Stacks, by the way.
Donald,
Bill's on.
we get to watch this on the replay, brother, because Coach is fading into the darkness. Actually, that's a cool shot with the lights back there, and still that
You
damn.
still hear the water?
I know, it's like, I
it's
gotta
beautiful.
pee.
It's beautiful.
Oh man, but seriously, Coach, man, just from my point of view, as far as what I saw and was a part of, it was magical. It was beautiful. It was intense.
Thank you.
It was emotional.
Why don't you read what
And
Donald sent?
what?
Read. Donald sent a nice
Um,
information in Maine.
And Donald put this up, Coach. Maine in 2020, we lost 1,000 people in a year since life-saving aids like Suboxone, Narcan, methadone is greater now. We are down to 400 in a year.
First of all, Donald, what's up, dude? I started my whole thing with you, man. I was giving you some
Yes.
shout outs,
Yeah,
talking
we're
about how you
talking about
started
you,
the
yep.
day.
Mhm.
What a powerful way to start the day, making a new friend from out of state. I
Talking
mean, so
trash.
cool. But to Donald's point, though, right? This is good and bad, right? Because
Mhm,
people
mhm.
will see that the death rate. Oh my God, we dropped 60% on his number right there, right? We dropped
Mhm,
60%. Holy cow, we've solved this. No, actually, we haven't,
No.
because the overdoses are still probably the same. We're just not being reported because we're narcanning people back to life now. So there's no more call, right? So we got to be very cautious, and that's why, again, that's a check on the. You got to keep the festival going, because awareness got to stay going.
Mhm.
So it's there's so many ways to look at this stuff.
Yes, Coach. I've had the Narcan people when I was working police and EMS multiple times, so I get you. I
Yeah.
do. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
so Donald, you're gonna have to go back and watch the recording on this, brother.
And talking trash
So and
said on the podcast that their comment is 300 people a day die from overdose. I'm assuming you mean Tim. I'm assuming that's you. You talk about throughout the entire United States. 300
Yeah.
a day almost doesn't sound like enough. I mean, I think it's might be more, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't have the facts with me.
But anyways, Coach, like I said, it's been
It's
a pure
needed.
honor.
Whether you can do it, I hope you can do it. I hope we can do it.
No.
Because
But
it's
either way, man, we got your back 100%.
whatever you need.
And we're gonna keep you coming on. And Bo, I mean, this is just a recap for the event on the 30th. This is not okay. See you, coach. This is
Talk to you next year.
Just see you tonight. And who knows, you might be on again next week.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We'll continue this.
Seriously. Without a doubt.
Thank you guys again for what you did here, and the awareness you guys brought, and all of it, the promotion of this, for connecting me with Donald. I mean, if nothing, if just that, right?
Oh, what a guy.
So,
well,
yeah.
We
and Dana and Diane, those are two of us. Our buddy.
Yeah, so many. So, well, Coach, anything that you want to end with before we sign?
I guess I'll end with the fact that the Yankees are beating the Tigers.
Oh no!
Is there anything else that you would like to end
what
with,
inning
Coach?
is it? Anything else?
Just that seriously, we love you guys, and
we love you, man.
we're so grateful. Next time you come out, let's definitely connect again. And
we'll
let's just
add
keep
an
going.
Extra day. Yeah,
what we're gonna
add an
do
extra
is,
day the next time we come out.
Instead of having like 1 day and 5 days of filming and shows and all that, we're gonna add like above, before and after, extra days, so we can actually hang out and enjoy the whole day instead of gotta go. So we will definitely do that.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, keep going.
All right. Thank you again, Coach. You have a great one. Tell Mimi and everyone, the grandpals and nephew, that love them, and we will talk soon.
We love you guys too. We'll talk soon. Bye, guys.
Bye. Oh shoot. Well, that's
okay. And talking trash. Let's see. They said they advertise that you're on with them on the 28th of September.
That's
That's
September 28th. I will be on Talking Trash with Tim and Will and Kaisa and Jim on the 28th. Is that
I'm assuming that's at 8 p.m. Yes, 8 p.m.
So looking forward to seeing that and hanging out with you guys. Gonna be a great time. We still got to get. What we got to do is we'll set up I'll send a link to
9
all
p.m.
of you guys.
Thank you. 9
so we
p.m.
could do a show and have all four of you. Wait a minute. Yeah, two is there. There's Tim, Kaisa, Will, and Jim.
Yeah, that's four.
We'll throw. We'll all do one, and we'll just have a little marathon thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
But looking forward to the 28th, hanging out with my Talking Trash family, and definitely appreciate you guys. Donald, you're gonna have to go back, Donald, and check out the beginning, because Coach literally started the show talking about you and how you was the first one that he saw for the 5K and all that, and a couple other things. So, thank you, Donald. Really appreciate you, and everything that you've done.
Yeah, and I think we volunteered you to work the festival next year. Just saying.
We've got you volunteering to do some stuff, which I know you probably would anyways.
Yeah.
King Handsome, how you doing, brother? Got to see you more than just for like 3 minutes.
Yeah. Let's see who else came on. Like I said, Bill Stacks came on.
Bill Stacks
is still here.
Still waiting. We got to get more information to do some more shows with Bill. I'll figure out when we're heading back to Connecticut. We will let you know. It was great seeing Anna and the birthday girl. Anna, thank you so much for everything you do, and definitely want to wish you a very, very happy birthday. Wishing you the best, not just today, but always. Love you so much. Thank you for what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Casey, my nephew Casey, and Bo.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much for everything, man. Coach, I know we mess around and stuff, but Coach really appreciates you both and all the hard work, man. And definitely looking forward to seeing you both when get back there. Jeremy Ross, how you doing, Jeremy? And Jacqueline, half the Shenanigators. Haven't seen Amber. I don't know.
She's okay.
Amber, what's going on, man? Hopefully everything's okay. Give us a shout. Christy was on. Hey, Christy. And Vincent, week 1 NFL. Yeah, we'll forget week 1.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Trisha
we're going to
Gibson,
dive right into
Trisha.
Trisha Gibson. Hey, Trisha Leroy, what's happening, brother? And
Lori was on for a bit.
there you go.
Mhm.
Lori from Alabama. Thank
Mhm.
you. And thank you guys for joining us. And
Yeah, she knows how much work goes into building a festival, so she could have very good empathy for
yeah,
Coach.
and Coach, thank you, man. We love you, brother. And like I said, whatever the decision is, will be the right one for sure. So you guys have a good night. Thank you for hanging with us, and thank you for your comments. And always remember, man, just keep fighting a good fight.
Mhm.